Let's face it, dating in midlife or later can feel like a minefield, especially when you're an older woman wondering if the man you're seeing is truly into you or just along for the ride. You've probably asked yourself things like, is he serious or just passing time? Does he really see me or just the fantasy of dating an older woman? Why do I feel like I'm guessing his feelings all the time? These doubts aren't just in your head. In fact, according to a 2022 study by the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, women over 40 reported significantly higher levels of uncertainty in early dating than their younger counterparts. And here's where it gets trickier. Many men know how to act interested without being genuinely invested. They say the right things, they do the minimum, and yet you still feel unsure. So how do you know if a man is genuinely into you as an older woman and not just enjoying the novelty or playing games? Let's get real about it. See, it's not just about wasting your time. It's about your emotional energy, your dignity, and your self-respect. When you misread the signs, you risk getting attached to someone who's not emotionally available, pouring energy into a connection that isn't mutual, losing confidence in your ability to spot real connection. Even more, older women often face stereotypes like being too experienced, too intense, or set in their ways. So when a man does show interest, it's tempting to downplay your instincts and go with the flow. But here's the truth. Real interest is never vague. When a man is truly into an older woman, it shows up in very specific, consistent, and sometimes subtle ways. These aren't just hunches. They're backed by patterns seen in psychological studies and real-world relationship data. Let's walk through the 9 signs that clearly show when a man is genuinely into an older woman so you can stop guessing and start trusting what's real. 9 signs a man is truly into an older woman. He's consistent with communication without being prompted. One of the first and clearest signs, he doesn't disappear. In a 2021 research study published in Communication Research Reports, researchers found that men who were emotionally invested in a partner initiated contact 67% more frequently than those who are casually dating. If he texts you good morning without fail, follows up on your conversations, and doesn't leave you hanging, he's not just being polite, he's investing in emotional closeness. Consistency isn't about grand gestures. It's about being dependable without you needing to chase him. He listens closely and remembers the details. When a man is genuinely into an older woman, he's tuned in, not just hearing, but listening. Does he bring up things you mentioned weeks ago, like your favorite book, your sister's birthday, or your opinion on a film? In a study conducted by the University of Kansas, researchers found that attentive listening was one of the top 3 predictors of long-term romantic compatibility. And it turns out age doesn't make a man more or less likely to listen. It's interest that does. So if he remembers your stories and checks in about things that matter to you, that's a strong sign his feelings go beyond surface level. He embraces your age, not just tolerates it. Let's be blunt. Some men are intrigued by older women, but only when it's convenient. They want the maturity and experience, but not the real-life parts that come with it, like kids, exes, or life baggage. But a man who's truly into you, he doesn't make jokes about your age. He doesn't compare you to younger women. He doesn't ask you to act younger or pretend you're something you're not. Instead, he appreciates your perspective. He respects the path you've walked. He's attracted to the depth you bring. A case study featured in Psychology Today followed couples with 10+ year age gaps and found that those with the strongest relational satisfaction had partners who saw each other's age as an asset, not an obstacle. So, if he's proud to be with a woman of your experience and confidence, that's the real deal. He includes you in his future plans, even the small ones. We're not just talking about big commitments like moving in or marriage. We're talking everyday plans. Let's check out that jazz concert next month. We should take that road trip you mentioned in the fall. My friend's hosting a BBQ. Want to come with me? When a man's planning ahead with you in mind, it shows he doesn't see you as a temporary fling. A 2020 study in Personal Relationships Journal found that men who made anticipated shared experiences a habit were 72% more likely to report long-term commitment. So if he talks about future weekends, holidays, or even what you'll do together next Tuesday, that's not small talk. It's him picturing a life with you in it. He shows genuine interest in your life outside of him. Some men only care about what's relevant to them, your availability, your attention, your compliments. But a man who's truly into you wants to understand your world, even when he's not the center of it. He asks about your work, not just how your day was, but what you're passionate about. He's curious about your kids, your routines, your ambitions. Why does this matter? Because shared curiosity builds connection. Relationship coach Matthew Hussey points out that genuine emotional investment shows up as curiosity about a partner's inner life, not just their appearance or sexual energy. So if he's not just asking, "What are you doing?" but what matters to you, he's in it for more than the surface. He's comfortable with your independence. Older women often come with established routines, financial independence, and strong opinions. A man who's intimidated by that, he'll subtly try to control you or guilt you for not needing him. But a man who's truly into you, he celebrates your autonomy. He doesn't flinch when you make plans without him. He respects your boundaries. He sees your strength as a reason to lean in, not pull away. According to a 2019 study in Journal of Women and Aging, relationship success rates were 58% higher when women felt their independence was supported, not threatened. So if he doesn't feel the need to dominate, but rather align with your life, that's a solid green flag. He handles disagreements with respect, not ego. Arguments happen, but when a man is truly into you, he doesn't get defensive or dismissive when you express a different opinion. Instead of saying, "You're overthinking," he might say, "Help me understand why that bothered you." That's a key emotional marker. In a series of interviews with couples from long-term relationships involving age gaps, the Gottman Institute found that men who showed emotional maturity during conflict were most likely to sustain long-term bonds with older women. So if he can sit in discomfort, work through miscommunication, and treat you as an equal during disagreements, that's not just interest, that's relationship material. He compliments who you are, not just how you look. Of course, everyone loves a good compliment, but there's a difference between flattery and depth. A man who's really into you will say things like, "I love how grounded you are in tough situations. You inspire me with how you handle people. I respect how you own your truth." Sure, he may still say, "You look great in that dress," but it's not the only thing he notices. A University of Toronto study found that emotional attraction was 3 times more predictive of long-term desire than physical attraction alone. If his admiration reaches beyond the physical, you've got someone who sees the real you and likes it. He doesn't play games, he shows up. Finally, the simplest and most telling sign of all, he's emotionally available. He doesn't ghost, he doesn't keep you guessing. He doesn't cancel last minute or disappear for days. He shows up when he says he will, he communicates, he's reliable. Clinical psychologist Dr. Romani Duvasula explains that emotional availability is the foundation of any healthy adult relationship, and that inconsistency is often the first red flag of emotional unavailability. So if the man you're seeing is open, present, and dependable, you're not imagining things. That's not just luck, it's real interest. If a man is truly into you as an older woman, he will stay consistent in communication. Listen and remember what matters to you. Embrace your age and your life experience. Include you in future plans. Care about your world beyond him. Respect your independence. Handle conflict with emotional maturity. Compliment your character, not just your looks. Show up with honesty and presence. These aren't fairy tale signs. They're observable, measurable, and backed by real relationship data. So if you're seeing these signs, trust what you're experiencing. Don't second guess yourself. And if you're not seeing them, it may be time to ask whether you're with someone who sees your full value or just part of it. Because the truth is, a man who's truly into an older woman doesn't make her guess. He makes her feel seen, heard, and respected. If this resonated with you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with another strong woman who deserves clarity and love. And in the comments, let me know which of these signs have you seen in your own experience, or which one are you still waiting for?